At halftime, like, hey, when I pass to you, if you can't make that shot, I'll just shoot it next time.
There goes Burnham, digging down, drive, right-hand score for Ben Burnham.
Burton didn't allow him to get much going on the offensive end. Neither team shot the basketball well. I just hate to see the ending come down to free throws in comparison to just the players deciding their fate.
Here goes Petit, skips it for Rechsteiner, thought about the three. Burnham, Petritus tried to stay with him. He'll drive and scoop and score.
Little John Coliseum, it is loud, it is raucous here, at least it was until we started talking a moment ago. And here's Schrock, John Crispin for you. And the Tigers with a win today would tie a school single-season record for victories with 26. It has been the best regular season to the rim. Lawal the rebound.
I just love that he's celebrated. You know, this is a guy that's given more of the program than he's probably taken.
It's lost in this landscape. Isn't there something about being able to have a true alma mater and to go back as Burnham hits the shot? Who can win the ACC tournament?
Feels like a real long shot to pick any old ball. Ben Burnham. Look out.
There's nothing more annoying than a backup big coming in who just plays super hard. Like, it's so frustrating. You get established in the game, you play your position, then the backup big comes in and just outworks you.
They could pop Burnham from Young. And Virginia Tech's back up huge wins. They get a chance for another College Station against number 22 Texas A&M. Arizona State, Arizona after that. Both games streaming on the ESPN app as well.
Something feisty always happens in Arizona State, Arizona.
Yes. Doesn't matter how good the teams are. Wildcats.
That you can be taught how to play the game better. You don't have to be the supreme athlete. You don't have to be a five-star guy. You just have to have the willingness to learn how to make the game easier for you and everybody else, which means learn how to rely on others. Sometimes the best talent, they don't know how to rely on others.
Burnham, strong drive to tie the game. Gets it back from Cadeau, slashes, and couldn't finish. Rimmed it out around the 7-footer Wesley. Hammett's been really held in check after a career-high 21 against Syracuse Saturday. Burnham slithering around Lubin. Second time he's done that. They got 5 double-figure scores. Elliot Cadeau has 10 assists as well. It has been a thorough beatdown from North Carolina on the road. And this is the game before the Duke game, which sometimes can be a little bit wonky. Carolina and Duke players will tell you, try not to look ahead to that big game. Duke certainly didn't last night.
We talked with Adrian Autry. He said there were certain junctures of the game where his team has those turnovers. That's one of those things right there. You just stay solid with your offense.
10-point lead for the Orange. Burnham trying to cut it to 8.
And you know what they say, that whole thing, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. I get the ball back over to Jaden Young and let him continue to do his thing because he's shown that he can go back and forth.
Wants the kick to Burnham, angling his way to the rim for Burnham. Just enough to get it over the front.
Way up, really, really good basketball coaches. But right now, Virginia Tech is being outgunned and outdefended.
Rechsteiner working against Hepburn. Here's Burnham for 3. Good, and the Hokies are up.
You don't want to let him get that kind of look.
The 104th 3 of the year for the senior from Tasmania, Rain Smith.
And Louisville is just paying attention to what they need to do. That's all they're doing.
Rechsteiner for Burnham against Hadley. Young was terrific on Saturday. Now Burnham another 3. Got it. On the line and recovered on the rebound by Jaden Young. 3.5 to go. Burnham. Baseline and a dunk.
I didn't.
The rebound.
Thought there was going to be a foul, and when it didn't happen, he just threw the ball away. Threw it up.
Johnson for Rechsteiner. Skip into the corner. Burnham. Got it. Boy, Ben Burnham. 13 for Terrence Edwards. And a couple of big threes here in the last couple trips.
Kind of a knuckleball, but hey, if it goes in, it goes in.
Lead is 7 ahead of 3 minutes to play. Wessler. Skip for Burnham. He'll take off past Hadley. Lay it up and in.
He's out and then go get the ball.
Well, no surprise, this has been a close competitive game. The last 10 games these two teams played have been 2 possessions or less. We've had overtimes during that stretch. This feels like when these two get together, it always comes down to the last play. Burnham lines up the 3 and drills it. With 18 points tonight, and Miami has opened up a 6-point lead, their largest of the night. The Miami team that we just mentioned playing better than their record. They're looking for their 3rd straight win here at home to win tonight. Trailing by 3. Good pump fake. Johnson couldn't finish it. Burnham digs out the rebound. Burnham got it again to tie it at bench points. And, Poteet and Luau have probably been the 2 most consistent scorers this season for Virginia Tech. So with them quiet, the supporting cast has stepped up on the road.
Absolutely.
Ben Burnham, a big reason why he stays in attack mode. If they lose this, they're all but mathematically eliminated from ACC tournament contention.
Yep, see how Virginia Tech handles this pressure.
The freshman finds Jaden Young. Kick to the corner. Burnham. It
Touch
rims
up.
in. Ben.
The three-point line, 3 is 19%, but they've dominated points in the paint. 30 points in the paint.
And they lead by 20. Burnham.
That he didn't catch it, you know.
Burnham has missed 2 threes in a row. The transfer from the College of Charleston. Only 1 made field goal in 9.5 minutes by Virginia in this half.
Done a better job in the last 5 minutes.
Bolserta spins into the lane. Excellent hustle by Poteet. Numbers the other way. Hammond to Burnham, lays it in, and we've got a 2-point game.
And that play was started by Poteet.
R.J. Davis, a reigning player of the year in the Atlantic Coast Conference. But as far as a guy that can hurt you in so many ways, especially off the dribble, I think that's where Burton really separates himself from a lot of guys as Burnham finally. And now he's going to go into the lane. Rex Steiner to tie it up. Not there. Followed by Burnham.
Rex Steiner that last go-around and forced Marcus Burton to give the ball up.
Hey, Rex Steiner's got a chance to be a pretty good player.
He does, and I thought that especially as coming, you see Burnham knock down that 3 outside of.
Happy with that effort on the defensive glass that time.
SMU rebounds about a 1/3 of their misses. That's good for 3rd in conference play. Harris took the baseline away from Young. Rex Steiner. 5 to shoot. Poteet swings it to Burnham, and he beats the shot clock with a 3.
This is where Virginia Tech is.
Now he's got the heel on the back of the shoe. Now finally Colbert has his shoes on. Jarrell Colbert Jr. from Houston, Texas, by way of LSU and Kansas State. Back cut, Burnham flush.
Again.
Chemical says, I'm done with coaching. A week later, Joe B. Hall from Kentucky calls, offers him the Kentucky job. And if we're being honest, he was probably at Kentucky for longer than he should have been before he got the chance to be the head coach at Oklahoma State.
He really was, and but just a tremendous.
Jaden Young, strong drive. Poteet a rebound. He's got a double-double. Burnham dips and scores.
Burnham is better offense that time. Harris coming off of that. But what I'm saying, Virginia Tech has done a great job of eliminating the dribble drives for kicks.
5 lead changes, 9 ties. Burnham, the backdoor cut.
Murray's got Rhodey with it. The catch and the flip won't fall. Shoot the rebound. It was a tough catch for Rhodey and a tougher shot.
Well, he made the catch, Wes, and what you have to do on that play is dribble it out. Just because you're down there doesn't mean you have to shoot it.
Double team quickly to Poteet. Cross court for Tyler Johnson. He'll skip it back into the corner. 3-ball. Burnham is good.
Less than 5, as a matter of fact.
Back to a 3-point game again. 6 minutes gone. Burnham with Young, Rechsteiner, Poteet, and Jaden Schutt for the Hokies. Skip to the corner for Burnham. 3 over Buchanan is good.
Really, to get him open. That's as open a look as he's had in this game. That's the question for the Cavaliers is can they stop the Hokies?
Yeah. Here's Burnham on the drive from the wing. Right-hand turn, got the roll.
Getting fouls as of late and finding themselves in foul trouble. Turnover by the Noles. Yet another one in the half. Dog flushed!
Got to get some more blocks in there.
If you're Christian Reeves, you're 7'2", got blocked by a guy who's 6'7". Here come the Hokies. Burnham sets his feet, knocks down the triple.
And Burnham.
Strong defensive possession. Hunter, the deep 3. That doesn't go. So 0 for 3 and a near turnover for Chase Hunter since checking into the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming in cold right now. He's got to get his legs warm. A lot of time in this game left, though.
Burnham deposit slip it in softly. He's playing for a little girl today. His daughter Milani turns 1, and he gets a bucket for her on his little girl's birthday.
Happy birthday, Milani. Sorry your daddy's a little bit sick, but I hope your birthday is going well.
First points for Chase Hunter, averaging 18 a game.
Good pass.
Burnham open. Rolls in.
Lawal goes up so high to get those balls. It's like he's looking at the ball while it's on the rim, just waiting for it to get outside the cylinder so he can grab it.
I feel he's just scratching the surface. Late bloomer who didn't come to basketball until he was about 6.
Finds McNeil, who puts it up and in for 2.
You expect Middlebrook to touch it every time down the floor with his lineup, and he has a size advantage with Poteet on the bench with 2 fouls.
Shot clock down to 10. Burnham lines up a 3 and hits it.
He has to play that with his size. He doesn't need to jump in the air. Just put those guys on his hip, beat him off the dribble, and initiate the offense for your team.
And Burnham spinning his way free and a chance for an and 1.
Someone has to step up here and help Lawal on the offensive end of the floor.
Or do you just keep feeding him?
Oh, you do, but he still needs help. You got to run a ball screen action or something to get him the basketball.
Burnham going right at Middlebrooks, who was not aggressive, playing with 4 fouls. Into Middlebrooks, stolen away. Ben Burnham finishes it with a flush.
He's in there now at number 5. Petritis tips in his own rebound, no good. Burnham comes down with it. So does Wessler.
Obviously not easy places to play. Great traditions out there. But they'd sure love to have a better taste in the mouth than what they have right now. Back in their zone. Same attitude. Find ways to get deflections. That's not it.
Burnham.
Albeit that Virginia Tech Cal game, your old stomping grounds with Jared Haas, will get to see the Hokies one more time.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, and Mike Young will take his guys across the bay there a little bit.
Virginia. Akpar, no good.
He was there and just hurting himself again. I think he could have gotten to the line and an end one if he takes his time. The Hokies, though, doing a great job of pressure defense.
Kyle Smith just looked at one of his assistants and said, what do we have to do to get a hoop? Ben. That was a good look.
Yeah, he couldn't got it. He probably, if he had that one all over again, Dave, he could have gotten all the way to the rim. Again, hurt himself just a little bit.
Burnham left open, and Burnham hits another three.
But in that case, you got to take it up. And if you miss it, Maxime knocks it down. He'll get him a tip in.
Burnham again, he hasn't missed yet. He's still perfect.
Now,
Ben, he was close.
No, he was thinking dunk, Dave. I've been around him. That's a tough turnover.
Burnham makes his first 2% of his shots are dunks. Burnham timed the block perfectly on Sellers.
Sellers thought he had a sure to big-time defensive play.
Burnham left alone. The defenders thought he was going. Burnham inside. Second effort good.
Yeah, great second.
With Bill taking over in the interim role. And David Padgett, you were once an interim coach, so you can relate to what Bill Courtney's going through.
I certainly can, and it was really interesting talking to him today about that. Now, the timing was a little bit different. He took over in the middle of the season, so practice and games were obviously fully underway. You see a great move there by
head coach just under 2 weeks ago, and now coaching in this one. It usually is a tight game between Miami and Virginia Tech. We figure to have another one here today. Now Lynn Kidd, the steal, but it comes back to the backcourt, and Rodney Brown Jr. has it. 12 to shoot for the Hokies. Ben Burnham a three from the wing. That's good.
Trap and force the guy to give up the ball there. Oh.
Saved by Brown, and Burnham somehow collects and then goes baby Scott. 6 Eastern, the Hokies and the Golden Bears from Haas Pavilion in Berkeley. And we're going to get to see Mark Madsen's Golden Bears next Saturday night at Clemson. Dan and I are looking forward to seeing Cal in some of their early play. Of course, they played just one conference game so far. Tomorrow they're at Pitt. 22-16. In the corner, Johnson now with 8 to shoot. Thought about it, bumps it down. Burnham the catch, score. Nicely done. James the rebound and the stick back. Second chance points for Sion James.
How many times have we seen it in this building, Wes?
Yep.
A team is hanging in there with Duke, and then the last 2 or 3 minutes of the half, Duke goes on one of their patented runs.
15 second chance points by the Blue Devils in this first half of their 35. Big second differential here, Dan.
Too much dribbling.
Yep. Brown. Here's Burnham. Thought about it. 1 to shoot. 3 ball. Got it. Over the top of Knippel.
That's why he's in the game.
Yep. Half dozen now for the freshman. Lead is 15 now. 6 straight for the Blue Devils in the last half minute. Burnham. And he rolls it in.
Fleming. And Virginia Tech. On the floor, Wessler. Oh, the lob and the finish. And this is more like it for the Hokies. That's Burnham. That's a three. And the game just like...
Yep, an NCAA tournament team. Vandy playing well. Pittsburgh, they're an NCAA tournament team. So they played about as difficult as a non-conference schedule as Mike Young has had since he came the head coach of Virginia Tech. And you saw, I mean, it's going to be very difficult. You got that, you're at Duke, then you have Miami, then you're on the road, West Coast.
By Reynolds and bangs it in. And right now a 16-point lead with 4.5 minutes left feels insurmountable for the Hokies. Burnham, another corner three. Got it.
Back to back.
Away from the basket. Of course, Navy may play a little zone too.
Nope, they stay in the man-to-man. So it's Kehoe against Lowell.
Brown and Hammond, the top two scorers for Tech in the first half. Both on the floor with 8 seconds.
Good switch right there by Navy.
Burnham at the horn. Yes! It's everywhere in the last 60 seconds for Navy.
3 straight plays. First start of the season this year. Has started in the past.
1 point game. Brown had 11 in the first half. Burnham, baseline, the flush. Burnham, soft touch, not that time. Gets his own miss. That time, you bet.
Yeah. Carnegie Johnson giving Benini a little bit of a blow.
Hammond, underhand to Burnham, and the right hand. With 3 threes, Shoot has 2.
That kind of disrupted the timing of things right there.
Burnham, the pump fake works. Foul on top of it. There's the cutter. And Shoot. Poteet. Burnham. Right before the horn.
Out.
Brown way up ahead for Young.
Good job looking down the floor. So many times you get caught up in the defensive pressure, you don't look down the floor. That was a nice job by Rodney Brown Jr., who's had another really good day.
10 on the timer. Hammond trying to find Lowell. Burnham. It's been his day. 17.
Solid point guard.
Step back for Ryan Forrest. An air ball. Lowell was right under it.
You take those contested shots.
Burnham's not as contested as that.
I mean, you talked about Burnham. He had such a great career at the College of Charleston, averaged 12 points per game for the Cougars last year, and was part of a team that beat Virginia Tech a few seasons ago.
Yeah, down to the Charleston Classic. One of the really good multi-team events.
Here goes Burnham with the floater. He's got back-to-back game losing streak. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and Wessler pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, Lemieux's almost an 80% free throw shooter. Not much going right for the Aggies here late in the first half.
Big part of the reason why Hokies out-rebounding the Aggies 24-10. Ben Burnham. Threes are dropping.
Very important to their psyche.
A team that's lost 5 straight games trying to snap out of it in conference play. Ben Burnham, the steal and the slam. Well, this is what has plagued the Hokies team during this 5-game losing streak in non-conference play. Just too many empty possessions. Burnham brings him right out of it after 5 straight.
Bo Coles and the other great players of that era. M.J. Collins, the other former Hokie, now off the bench for Vanderbilt.
Do you think Mark Byington kind of sheepishly?
Oh, my goodness. Ben Burnham. Ball games, has great memories. His eyes light up, Mark, when you ask him about the 1973 NIT championship team. He just loves the Hokies from beginning to end.
Well, they've had a week to practice, and they needed to improve in certain areas. And I asked him that question, what would be number 1 in the improvement area? And he talked about kind of a danger zone, I think, for Virginia Tech.
Well, that's a good answer. Ben Burnham with his second dunk of the night. Locked in.
Gets all kinds of offensive rebounds, doesn't he? He never takes the picture. If you want to be a good offensive rebounder, put your camera down and get in the picture.
I like that. Burnham.
Ugasuk jammed it up downstairs for Murray Boyles. He was wide open, but Ugasuk was trying to cross and get out of the way.
Free ball from the corner, good. But Ben Burnham.
Yeah, that's it. Not going to win games with 1 assist. We know that.
Burnham driving. Nice spark off the bench.
Back of the arm, too, that just makes him a little bit more, the tricep there makes him a little more rugged.
For sure. Foul came with time winding down on that shot clock. Makes South Carolina defend for an extra 20. Burnham. Burnham, top of the key three. Got it.
He goes on everything, can spikes up a little bit of anything you eat. He's their Swiss Army knife for Michigan. Does a little bit of everything for them. Spices up the game for them when they need him.
Cheddar makes everything better.
It does. He does.
Burnham, nice.
Have been short, as you saw Hammond there before the Poteet offensive rebound. Right a front rim.
Burnham able to with
5 in the second half. This is out of the Virginia Tech timeouts.
Jaden Young initiating the offense.
Burnham all the way in, finishes through contact. And Burnham steps in front of the passing lane, all the way to the rim.
And the way they've been playing. Kern can't hit it from the free throw line. You're hitting open threes. You know you're going to get points off of turnovers. They've got some post scoring. It's why this team's piling up points.
Well, it all starts on the defensive end with them. And as you can see, Virginia Tech hasn't been able to get themselves in any kind of offensive rhythm up until that point. Typically, they're a team that relies on guard play. None of their guards getting going, especially from the perimeter.
4 of 14 from the floor. Just 1 of 7 overall shooting-wise here for Tech. Scoring drought was stopped. Penn State's come up dry here in the interim. Rechsteiner for Burnham. Got it.
Opener, but he's picked up 8 fouls in the first 2 games. Rechsteiner coming off that career night. Burnham gets it and flushes.